Okongwu. Young against Cunningham. Daniels passes to Young. Over Cunningham. Young's shot is off. And here are the Pistons, defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
You got to give them an A for effort. Just fell a little bit short in that one.
Yeah, and sometimes that's what happens in this league. You can play your A game and still get beat.
Now, here's Cunningham. Off the inbound, no good. Young outside. From outside the arc. Rebound by the Pistons. Ivy with it. Okongwu covering. Cunningham's shot is off. And so Young will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Yeah, a snowball effect in that one. One thing would go wrong, then another, really the story of the game.
Yeah, they just committed too many mistakes at both ends. But credit their opponent for being disruptive.
Atlanta again missing.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now, here's MP. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Hornets in Charlotte.
Yeah, and the effort on the boards last game gave them that many more chances.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Here's Cunningham. Out to Harris. The three. And he's good on the three ball.
Really a combo forward with a solid outside touch. Harris is the ideal fit for the modern NBA.
He stands since 2009. The Pistons have just 2 playoff appearances.
Yeah, that's true, Kevin. And they got swept in both of those playoff appearances. They haven't won a playoff game since 2008. And with all the lottery picks they've made recently, their fans are itching to see some progress.
And a wide open look for Cunningham. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
Cunningham is so skilled working the pick and roll. That time the play was for himself to score.
Pass to Okongwu. Back to Young. Just 5 on the clock. Lets it go with the three. Scores for only the second time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
Well, you know this is coming with Young on the court. He's always looking for his next three.
And J.B. Bickerstaff has called a timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
And checking out some numbers here for Harris. He had a strong showing last season. He averaged about 17 points a game last year, 6 rebounds and 3 assists. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Yeah, he gives you something to build around night after night. Reliability is huge in this league.
Now, here's Ivy. Cunningham on the wing. Defended by Young. And here's MP for 3. And it's Daniels with the rebound. The Hawks have gone 2 of 6 from the field. To the inside. A shot by Johnson, no good. And so MP will bring it up for Detroit. Ivy passes to Cunningham. Feet away. That one wide left.
Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
Rizachet with it. Now defended by Cunningham. Now Rizachet. No scoring in this one. Okongwu, the pass to Johnson. On its way from Young for 2. A miss that time would have put him up. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. MP up top. Okongwu grabs the board. The Hawks shooting a mere 25% from the floor in this first quarter. Riza Shea wide open. Hands it from downtown.
And such a nice stroke for a rookie. Riza Shea looking like a polished shooter already.
Now here's Ivy. He's covered by Daniels. Stewart. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, guys, in a year with no consensus #1 overall pick, Zachary Riza Shea out of France, maybe not a surefire star, but certainly a player with a lot of talent, a 3-and-D prospect with the prototype length and size. The Hawks saw him as a plug-and-play addition to their roster. He should be making an instant impact, guys.
Absolutely. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. And J.B. Bickerstaff has called a timeout. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. So it's Detroit now. They trail by 3, and this matchup with the Hawks is their first meeting of the season.
And they swept the season series against them last year. They really did have the upper hand.
Now here is Harris, and there's the call on Riza Shea. That is his first foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Asar Thompson, he's checked in for MP. LeVert's checked in for the Hawks. Harris outside. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Here's Cunningham. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Well, the physicality of the NBA takes some getting used to, but Cunningham is able to make those tough finishes.
Daniels kicks to Johnson. His 3-pointers off the mark. Detroit's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. And Detroit again with the bucket.
Too smooth from the mid-range. Defenders can't let Ivy get comfortable from there.
Young looking it over. Pass to Okongwu. Over Stewart. No good off the front iron.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
Harris kicks to Ivy. Harris outside. Now Cunningham. 6 on the shot clock. Young with the steal. LeVert with it. Now defended by Cunningham. Pass to Young. Now here's Johnson. Going inside. Chalk up 2 there.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to talk with J.B. Bickerstaff for a minute. Now, I asked him about trying to slow down Trae Young, and the coach said you have to get the ball out of his hands. He can hurt you with the pass and with his shot. I'm not going to be surprised if you see them blitzing and doubling him a good portion of the game. Back to you.
All right, thank you, David. Now, here is Young. He had 25 points last game. Inside. And then Johnson with the jam.
Well, Young is so good in that pick and roll. He knows what the defense is going to do and then just sets up his teammate.
Here's Stewart. They trail by 3. Cunningham looking it over. And it's sent back by Okongwu. Detroit, no good that time either. And so it's Young who brings it up for the Hawks. Okongwu with a screen on Cunningham. And Okongwu slams it in.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your defense.
Pass to Ivy. And Harris wide open. He shoots. No good from outside. The Hawks leading by 5. LeVert the pass to Young. For the 3. Good on the three-point shot. Young's got 8.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little bit.
Now here's Ivy. To the paint. Off the run. And slam dunk by Harris.
And smart pick and roll play by Ivy. He saw a chance to open things up for a teammate and took it.
Daniels kicks to Young. Back to Daniels. With his first shot attempt, it's hauled in by Stewart. Pistons trail by 6. Ivy on the wing. LeVert defending. Pass to Cunningham. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And what strikes me about Cade Cunningham is he's still growing. He's still capable of doing more on the floor, and he has the work ethic and attitude to make those improvements and become a real factor on the floor.
First free throw is good. And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. MP comes in for Isaiah Stewart, and it's Beasley in for Jaden Ivey.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Nance finds LeVert. Capella with a screen on Cunningham. And the dunk by Capella.
Yeah, an action Capella knows well. Using his body to disrupt the defense and carve out some space to score.
Now here's Cunningham. He's coming off a 28-point game against the Hornets in Charlotte. In the corner, it's Owen. And again, it's the Pistons missing. Atlanta leading by 6. 1:53 left in the first quarter. Johnson outside. Cunningham against LeVert. Here's Risacher. Off target from outside. And, well, Detroit shooting just 35% to start the game. Count it. Cunningham's got 8 points.
Yeah, once he gets momentum going towards the rim, Cunningham is hard to veer off course.
And here's LeVert. 17 points for him last game against New York. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
At the elbow, it's Harris. And here's MP for 3. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. And now just a 1-point Hawks lead. 54 seconds left in the first. Pass to Risacher. Johnson wide open. He fired. That 3 off the mark. Detroit with the ball. Here's Thompson, and Thompson throws it down.
You've got to do more than this to stop Thompson. He's used to having to fight through contact.
And the Hawks with possession here. 30 seconds left to play in the first. Throws it up high, and the dunk by Risacher. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now here's Cunningham. He's got 8. the wing, MP. And it's off from three-point range. Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Hawks. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on them.
And in addition, the three-point shooting has been dialed in tonight. They seem poised for a big game from deep.
So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. They've got Reza Shea. Larry Nance out there with Clint Capella. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Matthews in at the 2 spot. And Reza Shea, the prototypical size and skill for a wingman.
Yeah, he's got some jelly to his game. Handle, touch. At his size, that becomes very tough to contain.
MP outside. Beasley, the pass to Owens. He's off on that one. Good work defensively by Capella. It's stolen by Schroeder. A beautiful reverse layup. Schroeder's got his first 2 points.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
From the line. Pass to Bufkin. The Hawks again can't hit. The Pistons trailing. Thompson dishes to Schroeder. Here's Reed. Now Beasley. He's looking for MP and finds him. And the foul called on MP. That's his first foul. Mann's checked in for Atlanta. Hawks have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Reza Shea's got 13.
Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
At the top of the key, Thompson. Back to Schroeder. Nice ball movement by Detroit. It's Beasley on the wing. Buries the long-range jumper. Beasley's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. LeVert against Schroeder. Here's Reza Shea. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. LeVert's got 3 assists now in this one. And Schroeder's got the ball here for the Detroit Pistons. 4-point game. Pass to Thompson. Back to Schroeder. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Clint Capella. And this past offseason, Stan, was pivotal for the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, they've been at a crossroads, Kevin, every offseason since their Eastern Conference Finals run in 2021. But after missing out on the playoffs last season, changes seemed inevitable.
It's LeVert on the wing. Capella sets a screen for LeVert. Another 3 for Atlanta.
And they've done a great job knocking down those long-range shots here in the second, shooting just over 40% from downtown.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. I asked Quinn Snyder what he enjoys most about coaching, and the Hawks coach said the opportunity to compete in such an intense way. Also, the tactics of the game and the intellectual part of player development. It's rewarding to see and have a part in someone's growth and improvement. Kevin?
David, that's coaching, right? Growth and development. A mind for the game for sure. I've always respected Coach Snyder. Pass to Reza Shea. Nance a screen on Beasley. Risacher, and it's Reed pulling it down.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Stan, I've always admired you. Come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, look, I loved being around the game, and so two things happened that drove me into coaching. Number one, I loved baseball, and I couldn't hit one, so that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way, so if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way in your interest there.
Yeah, my dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us that he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much.
Following in his footsteps. Terrific story. Pistons trail by 6. Schroeder, left side. Hardaway with a wide open look. Detroit, no good that time either.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
And Capella the bucket on the assist by LeVert. LeVert's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Pass to Hardaway. Fires the 3. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Atlanta leading by 8. Here's Mann. Nance passes to Krejci. Capella with it. Guarded by Hardaway. Capella draws the double. On the wing, Mann. Reed covering. Mann can't hit. The Pistons have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Pass to Krejci. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And now it's a 10-point Hawks lead.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Schroeder looking around. Reed kicks to Beasley. It's good from long range. Beasley's got 7 points for the quarter.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Here's LeVert. And it's Reed pulling it down. Reed's got 4 rebounds in this game. Now here's Schroeder. Beasley outside. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. And now just a 4-point Atlanta lead. LeVert with it. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Dennis Schroeder.
Tricky shot for LeVert. Defense is all over him, but he draws a foul on that attempt.
Harris LeVert, 2 shots.
And the free throw drops for LeVert. And a different look here for the Pistons. Stewart checked in for Reed. Harris comes in for Thompson. Ivy's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Cunningham in for Dennis Schroeder. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. Easily in the post. He's covered by Daniels. Pass to Stewart. A 3-pointer off the mark. And so LeVert will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. They've led by as much as 10. Johnson, the pass to Young. Here's the floater. Second chance shot, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It goes on Jaden Ivey.
Yeah, the defense is right to challenge Young inside, but he's a persistent guy.
The Hawks have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
The first one falls. We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. You love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I will say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. And I think we have a beautiful game now. Yeah, the defender all over him.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Harris, 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And Harris drops them both.
He's just one of those veterans you can count on from the line. Harris really makes an impact from the strike.
Young outside. Okongwu with the screen for Young. Drains it from beyond the arc. Young's got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Here's Cunningham. Takes the elbow jumper and drains it.
Yeah, they need Cunningham to be effective from that mid-range area.
On the wing, Johnson. Now LeVert. He has 6. Young with no one around. And again, Atlanta with the triple.
And that's one way to extend the lead. Continue to light it up from long range. They have all the confidence in the world right now from the three-point line.
Harris finds Beasley. Harris looking it over. The 3. Rebounded by the Hawks. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. And here's LeVert. Pass to Okongwu. And it's denied.
Well, his block numbers might not always show it, but Stewart is a strong defender who alters a lot of shots.
Here's LeVert. And Daniels up top. Back to LeVert. Over Ivy. And it's LeVert missing.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Back to Ivy. Three-pointer. The rebound by Young. Atlanta leading by 9. To the middle. Here's Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
Well, Trae Young is one of the most gifted playmakers we have in the game.
Pass to Harris. Rebound by the Hawks. Johnson's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Young with the ball. Now defended by Cunningham. And they recover it. Cunningham against Young. 6 to shoot. Okongwu with it, and it's blocked. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. Owens is checked in for Detroit. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Risacher checked in. There's 1:59 left in the first half. And that one drops. Daniels has got the lead up to 13 now for Atlanta.
And you can tell Risacher has a great basketball IQ. He spots the opening and delivers the pass on time.
A floater. The shot by Ivey, no good.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
And Young kicks to Daniels. Okongwu with a screen on Harris. The 11-footer. Rebound by the Pistons. Cunningham dishes it to Owen. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Well, he's going to have to watch himself now. It's a little early for that second foul.
And last season, Jalen Johnson saw a huge leap in playing time and his production.
Yeah, look, he was one of the most improved players in this league. You know, came in as a great athlete, but then has really learned how to play the game, how to get to high percentage shots, how to get on the glass, and especially how to defend.
Yeah, his improvement has been off the charts.
Sure has.
54 seconds left here in the second. Pass to Harris. Young with the steal. Over to the wing. Here's Risacher. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And making his third All-Star appearance last season, Trae Young, a guy who is filled with so much skill in elite play.
Well, look, Trae Young may be as much fun to watch, Kevin, as any player in this league. With his quickness, with his shooting range, and he is as creative a passer as anyone I have ever seen.
He is fun to watch, isn't he?
He really is.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Well, this is a spot where you have to be able to go to your leaders. They need to step up and make a play to turn things around.
Now, here is Young. He's got 16. Clock at 4 from downtown. Can't hit that one. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. Defensively,